Okay, how's everybody tonight? It's Friday, it's a holiday weekend. Hopefully, everybody's good this evening. So, we've got just one break tonight. It's going to be a full case of Topps Baseball Series 2 Jumbo. Now, we do go over a little bit of information before we actually get started ripping, just to make sure that we are all on the same page. So I'm going to get started with that while everyone is getting in the room and getting settled. And we may have a team available tonight. At the moment, there's an unpaid team. We'll see if it remains unpaid after we finish going over our info here. And of course, it's the main team, right? It's the White Sox, because that's just the way things work, isn't it? That's always the way it is. It's never the $5 teams that are unpaid. It's always the high dollar ones. But anyway, let's take a look here and get rolling. So my feedback is set to be automated on eBay. What that means to you is that anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. So it's a win-win. We both end up with something good, and neither of us have to wait. So I like the way that works. Hopefully you do too. And of course, thank you is the other thing you see there on the screen. I always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me on this Friday night, the evening before the 4th of July. Let's take a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, Saturday night, Sunday night, both will be off nights. On Monday night, we're going to come back and be really busy. We will open a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Great Series 2 autographed football jerseys, along with a 10-box case of TriStar autographed mini football helmets, a 12-box case of Flash football, and a 12-box case of Valiant baseball. So super busy on Monday night. Tuesday night, we will open a 3-box case of TriStar autographed full-size football helmets. So again, that's a full case of that. And then we're going to open 8 loose boxes, because that's the quantity they sent me for some weird reason, of Prism Quick Pitch baseball that has some parallels that are exclusive to the Quick Pitch version. Then Wednesday night, we will open Legacy Football, and that will be a 12-box inner case. Veteran Base will not ship to the teams. It's a separate bidding category there in Legacy Football. So let's take a look at what you need to know about shipping. So, of course, tomorrow's the holiday, right? So we have no mail going out, no mail being delivered, none of that fun stuff. And as a result, that's kind of pushed everybody back by a little smidgen. So I am anticipating that this will be out the door and on the way to you approximately Wednesday. Now, as always, that is plus or minus a day. So if the week goes really well, it might get out sooner. If the week goes off the rails, might go a day later. Right now, I'm thinking it will be out the door on the way to you by Wednesday. And of course, you probably noticed in the title or one of the multiple places that you can find it in the description, the Veteran Base does not ship to the teams in this break. It is a separate bidding category, and there was also a separate bidding category for the Celebration of Decades event ticket. So we'll talk more about the Veteran Base and what it is and what it looks like when we actually start breaking. I'm going to bring you back to me for a moment. I'm going to jump in here and see if our person has decided to pay for their team or not, and then we'll see if we can carry onward or not. All right, look at that. Payment did come in while we were going over the info. Hey, it's a good day after all, isn't it? Yay, go team. All right, let me get spreadsheet back up here. That makes me very happy. We don't have to try to beg, steal, and borrow to get that team going. We are ready to rock. It is a 6-box case of 2020 Topps Series 2 Jumbo Baseball. It's full case break. It is break number 2. Ended tonight on eBay the same night we are breaking it, which is Friday night, the 3rd of July. Our team names are there on the left-hand side. Winning bidder eBay user ID is across from each team on the opposite side. And, of course, you will see the person who bought the Veteran Base only category, and then another person bought the Celebration event ticket category, which we discussed there a moment ago. You are going to notice that your background is about to get blurry, and that is intentional. So I don't want you to sweat that, because we're still going to be able to see the cards. In fact, we'll actually be able to probably see them a little better than we would have otherwise. Yeah, I know. Seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? But I'm telling you, it's the way to go. J. Allen is here, and Kay is here. Queen of Diamonds as well. Hi, guys. And who else is in chat? Oh, just you guys right now. Which is good. I like it when there's lots of people in chat. You are, oh, you're working tonight, Queen of Diamonds, so you're just going to be able to jump in and out with us. I gotcha. Well, I'm working tonight, too. What a coincidence. Gosh, I can't get that out of there. That's what I get for, like, sitting there being silly. Can't get my boxes out of the case. Oh, man. Come on out of there. Let's do this a different way. All right. This is probably going to shake the table a little bit. I apologize in advance, but, yeah. Getting them out that way is to my advantage. Okay, so what we are looking for, 1 autograph and 2 relic cards per box coming out here. I'm trying to decide if I want to adjust. I might still want to adjust that a hair more. Hang on one second. Let's see what that does for me. How close can we get now? Yeah, that's better, I think. So yeah, 1 autograph, 2 relic cards, and we'll find other stuff in here too. Parallels, inserts, numbered cards, etc. As we go through the first box, we'll talk a little bit more about those, and then we'll go faster through subsequent boxes. Now, most of you probably know exactly how this product works. But for those of you who might not know, I'm going to share it with you. In the jumbo packs, all of the inserts, all of the autographs, the relics, any short prints, any parallels, anything like that is going to be in one spot in the pack. We're saving these to the end. These are our silver packs and our Chrome Decades Best cards. So those all, we're going to save all those up from all the boxes and open them at the end of the night. So for the first few packs, what we will do is look at all the cards just for the sake of argument. And then in subsequent packs, we're going to go right to what used to be the center. So I'm still used to saying the meaty little center, but it's actually, they've switched it to the back of the pack. So we'll go to the back on the rest of them just for the sake of saving some time. So this is an example of veteran base, right? Because there's no rookie card designation on it. It's not an insert. It's not numbered. It's not a parallel. There's nothing unique about it. It is literally a base card of a veteran player, meaning a non-rookie. So once again, all of those cards go to that veteran base category, every single one of them that are in that part. Now, for example, this little RC down there designation means rookie card. So all of the ones that have the rookie card designation on them, they do go to the teams because obviously those are rookie players, not veteran players. So that's kind of how it works in terms of who's a rookie and who's a veteran. And of course, there'll be some of both in these. But normally what we're going to do is go right on to the back, because when we get here to the back of the pack, this is where we start seeing our inserts. What I will do is flip over the last card before we get to the inserts so that you can see that it is still the base card and that we're starting in the right place. Now, the way that you can tell that, of course, there's a little code down here on the back. You can see it down there at the bottom that says 099. That means a base card, right? So I'm just going to show you the back of that card each time when we cut to the back of the pack. So you'll realize, hey, that is the last of the base cards. This is the beginning of the inserts. That way we can kind of keep it all straight and everybody knows what's what. So Topps Now inserts, these were not as plentiful last year as they have been this year. So it's an insert, but we're going to see a lot more of them than we have seen in past years. That particular one is Mike Trout for the Angels. All of this stuff that we are looking at now will ship to the teams because these are our inserts, parallels, numbered cards, etc. Hollow foil, we'll find lots of hollow foil as we go along. This particular hollow foil, of course, is for the Indians, and it is not numbered. You might note that a little bit of the hollow foil covering is starting to peel up. You can kind of see it. It's right there. And that may be the case on the edges of a few of these. Player of the Decade, Mike Trout. We'll see a lot of those. This is our anniversary parallel. We're going to see plenty of the anniversary parallels, largely unnumbered. We may find some that are, but they largely aren't. That, of course, based on the 1985 design. And then there's this. This is our, I forget what this is technically supposed to be called, this insert set. I always call it the wrong thing. But anyway, it's pretty, it's sparkly, yay. And there's lots of them. And they tend to focus on the same small group of players. So you will see many, many player duplications in that little sparkly set whose name I can't remember. So, Queen of Diamonds, this is your first time seeing it opened because you've been busy. Oh, well, see, you haven't been watching time to watch any breaks lately. I feel you on that. So, yeah, of course, Series 2, Series 1 update, they all look about the same out of the box. They all have the similar kind of situation happening. All right, so there's our first few packs where I'm just demonstrating to you, so you don't have to take my word for it, that the hits are always at the back. And then in subsequent packs, we're just going to kind of cut back to the back. All right. Now we have a Max Muncy, and this is one of our manufactured relics. It heads to the Dodgers. Each box, you remember, had 2 relics. One of those will be game used, game worn, and the other one will be manufactured. That one was our manufactured relic out of this box. So we'll have a game used, game worn yet to find. Now, we have the black border here, and it is numbered to 69. So the first numbered card that we see tonight goes to the Atlanta Braves. We've got another hollow foil. This is the silver one. The other one was gold, but again, not numbered. Silver or gold, doesn't really matter. They're mostly not numbered. If we do come across one that is numbered, I am, of course, going to point that out to you. Then we've got this. This is a Decades Best Teams. That is not the same as Celebration of Decades. The Celebration of Decades is an event. And if we were to find that event ticket, it would be a really big deal because there's only 25 of them in total. So yeah, if we were to find that, we would be really, really happy. And yeah, so we'll know it if we see it, in other words. Jay Allen, you are reminding me that you have the Rangers, the Phillies, the A's, Tigers, Rockies, and Indians, and Orioles. All right, so we've got to get the mojo working for you. And Queen of Diamond cards likes the short prints. I'm with you. They're very nice. They are also, of course, located at the back of the pack where our other hits are. They are very handy the way that Topps handles our inserts in this product. Used to be in the middle, now in the back, but any way you cut it, they make it easy to find them, which we appreciate because otherwise we'd be here probably 3 times as long as we are. A Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays. Speaking of short prints, except I've got him in there upside down. So let's just flip him around, and that'll be more like it. So our first short print of the night is going to the Tampa Bay Rays. And we've got a hollow foil here for the Mets. And this is the first time we've seen the WAR insert, and there'll be a fair number of those, some of them numbered maybe. That one, of course, wasn't, and went to the Dodgers. I keep feeling like this camera, I've hit the camera or something and made it crooked, and I'm sorry about that. Anniversary for the Cardinals, and then there's a Vlad Guerrero Jr. Queen of Diamond card said, oh, he said you appreciate the explanation on everything. Yeah, you know, I know most of you probably know absolutely everything that I just told you, and probably even more, even more than what I just told you. But there are sometimes people who are new to breaking a particular product, or sometimes just new to breaks in general. So I kind of try to go over it at least in the first box, so just to make sure everybody's covered. So that is Rendon to the Angels on that Topps Now insert, and of course got the Angels on there. I still want to call him by his old team, but he's not there anymore. Followed by the Mariners with a hollow foil. Here's a Philly. This is the first time we've seen this particular insert, which is significant statistics. But it won't be the last time we see it, but it is the first one. There was my man Johnny Bench and the Reds. And then we've got a Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. And since those little sparkly inserts, the technical name of which I never remember, it has a very specific name and I just blank on it. Since those are not numbered really ever, we may not always flip those over. We'll see. Might not. We'll see how it goes. All right, so onward we roll. We have got a hollow foil for the Phillies. And there's my man Johnny Bench again for the Reds with a WAR insert. An anniversary one for the Brewers with the great Robin Yount. And Robert for the White Sox. Yeah, Queen of Diamond cards. I like the sparkly inserts too. I know what those stupid things are called. And I can't think of it, and partially because in the last break, I just kept calling them the sparkly cards, or I'd be like, oh, they're so pretty, you know, how that goes. And then now I've messed around and forgotten the actual name of what they are supposed to be called, but anyway, they are sparkly and pretty, and I do like them. Here is our game-used, game-worn insert. It is the Padres and Mr. Chris Paddock. Still haven't seen our autograph. First time we've seen this, it's going to be numbered to 2020. You can tell by the color down the border. Of course, Topps does that every year, so next year they'll be numbered to 2021. They always number them in accordance to the year, so yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing they do. Hollow foil for the Pirates. And there's an insert for the Brewers. Here comes one for the Padres with Trent Grisham. And there's Gavin Lux for the Dodgers. Yeah, Queen of Diamond cards is saying it sucks that that they canceled the minor league season this year. Yeah, you know, I think some of those teams may end up never coming back. Honestly, they operate on such slim margins, the minor league teams do. There's Garrett Cole for the Yankees on a Topps Now insert. And here we have a hollow foil, Michael Taylor for the Nationals. And there's one for Mr. Jacob deGrom and the Mets. Speaking of Blake Snell, that is, well, in chat, speaking of Blake Snell, I wasn't, for the Rays, and then Francisco Lindor for the Indians. Somebody will be watching that later going, but you weren't speaking about Blake Snell. I wasn't, you're right, but Queen of Diamond cards had typed in, they got to see Blake Snell rehabbing in the minors last year. So I think Major League Baseball has kind of been wanting to get rid of some of the minor league teams anyway to streamline it a little bit. And I'm going to say that they may partially get that accomplished with canceling the season this year. I mean, maybe not, but maybe. Okay, this is a home run challenge card. We haven't talked about these yet. Juan Soto and the Nationals. Here's how it works. You scratch off that little code on the back. You go to the website that it lists there. And if and when we ever actually get live baseball going again, there will be an opportunity for you to choose a game where you think the player on the front is going to hit a home run. If they do hit a home run, you will get a special Topps Now commemorative card. And, I mean, if they do hit it on the date you select. It's the Cubs to 2020. And I would presume an opportunity to win tickets to next year's All-Star game. Because, of course, they've officially canceled this year's, which we knew they were going to do anyway. The Diamondbacks with a hollow foil, and there's Joe Mauer for the Twins. The Jays with Roberto Alomar, and then we have Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers. Oh, wow. Queen of Diamonds, you want to go to all of the Major League Baseball parks. That's your bucket list. I like it. I like that plan. I think that would be a lot of fun. At one point in time, I was trying to go to all the horse racing tracks. Well, I didn't nearly make it, but I went to a lot of them, and many of them have since been, torn down or repurposed or whatever. So I'm still glad I did it. It was fun at the time. There's the Philadelphia Phillies, numbered to 2020 with Zach Eflin. Hollow foil for the Indians. And then you've got A-Rod for the Yankees. There's the Phillies and Aaron Nola. And Mr. Tatis for the Padres. Scott's here with us too. Hi, Scott. He says this is his second break with us. Who do you have tonight, Scott? Let's try to get you some second break mojo going. What do you think? I think we should try it. Oh, our autograph hit would be about time to show up since we hadn't found it. I had forgotten we hadn't found it until I saw it. Okay, it is a black border. Andrew Knizner for the Cardinals. And actually, our black borders look to be in pretty good shape. Sometimes, there's some minor stuff going on with it, but as a whole, it's not in bad shape. Sometimes the black ones show more chipping than this one did anyway. It is numbered to 199, the St. Louis Cardinals and Andrew Knizner. So, nice little autograph hit there out of box number 1. Here's a blue border for Nolan Ryan. The blue borders are not numbered, but they also don't come out super frequently. And that one goes to the Astros. Then numbered to 2020. Here's one for the Twins with Willens. A hollow foil for the Texas Rangers. And there's one for the Cleveland Indians. Here's a Tampa Bay Ray. And on the back, Alex Bregman and the Astros. So that's what a typical box of Series 2 Jumbo is going to look like. And yeah, we'll go a little faster through the others, but that gets you on board, and you know what we're looking for now, I think. All right, let's get into box number 2. Queen of Diamond cards said they would be getting rid of 42 clubs, going from 162 to 120. Wow, I didn't realize it was that many. I knew they wanted to reduce it, but I didn't realize that it was kind of that drastic of a reduction. Wonder if we'll lose ours here. We've got a little single A team here, the Lexington Legends. Used to be a feeder team for the Astros. Now it's for the Royals. But it was still an Astros feeder team, like Altuve came through here and those guys, so... Two AA teams and then mostly lower level teams. So it might very well come snag my little low single A team. Might get the Lexington Legends, might get axed, huh? Man. Scott, you have got the Miami Marlins tonight. All right, we'll try to get some mojo going for your Marlins. That was Juan Soto and the Nationals. This is the Astros and Josh James. We'll find lots of the Mike Trout Player of the Decades. And there's an Andre Dawson. Listen, Andre Dawson is on here as a Montreal Expo. But guess what? The Expos from back in the day are the Nationals of today. Shohei Ohtani, Angels. So any Montreal Expo that we pull goes to the Nationals. Cards always stay with their franchise, no matter how many times it moves around, renames itself, or does something crazy. We track it down and send it to the current name and location of the associated franchise. So that's how that works. Mookie Betts and David Price on a Topps now for the Dodgers. There's a hollow foil for the Rangers with Brock Burke. Mr. Rafael Devers has an insert for the Red Sox. Severino making an appearance for the Yankees. And then here comes the Judge, also the Yankees. Yeah, Queen of Diamond cards, you are right. Queen of Diamonds says sometimes the Marlins have some sneaky good hits and stuff. Yeah, they do. And they have some good little young guys, up and coming kind of guys. So you can definitely do some damage with the Marlins on a good night when they're hitting, that's for sure. I wouldn't shy away from buying them. And here we have got the Minnesota Twins. Randy, do you pronounce that Dobnak? I'm going to go with that. That might be wrong, but that's what I'm going with. Either way, it is a rookie and a short print. So that's always a good combo. Rookie short prints. I like it. For the Cardinals, a hollow foil Dakota Hudson. There's a WAR for Mike Schmidt and the Philadelphia Phillies. Roger Clemens, Red Sox. And Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. Oh, Scott, you said the Cubs just told you yesterday they're refunding the rest of the season for season ticket holders, and they're letting, oh, yeah, so, yeah, it probably is going to be a mess trying to figure that out, and honestly, I think it's going to be a mess for NFL, too. I mean, those guys don't even know yet what things are going to look like in a few months. And I think they're trying to limit the number of season tickets they're selling. But how do you do that when people renew? I mean, you're just going to basically somehow tell half the people they can't come, or more than half. I don't know. I think it's going to be a hot mess. Jalen Davis and the Giants, our autograph out of box number 2. It's on a Baseball Stars insert, and this one is a sticker autograph. It's not hard signed. That one is not. Cespedes for the Mets, and it is numbered to 300. And is that advanced stats? What is the technical insert of the ones that are to 300? I believe they're advanced stats is technically what that insert is called. The Astros and Josh James, Koufax for the Dodgers. We've got the Red Sox there and David Ortiz and little Javi Baez for the Cubbies. So I think at least with baseball, they just know what to do. They just give everybody their money back, and it's like the season, didn't happen, and you can just renew next year and you're good to go. But for football, where they A, don't know what's even going to be happening yet in their season, and B, they're trying to make a plan where maybe half their season ticket holders are allowed to purchase, not even knowing if that half will be able to attend. I think they've got a much bigger mess on their hands. That is the Brewers with a hollow foil. Here's a WAR Ricky Henderson for the Oakland A's. Carlton Fisk comes out for the Red Sox, and there's a little Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. And I did see that they had, on the testing that they've done to date, getting everybody ready for the season, so we'll call it the spring break testing, spring break 2.0 testing, we'll call it for our purposes. And I guess they had 31 test positive, I believe is what they said. Out of, it could have been staff or players, only 2 people announced who they were, and that was 2 players. But it represented something like 1.3% of everybody they tested. Carlos Santana, that is our game-used, game-worn relic, and headed to the Cleveland Indians. We've got a blue border Joey Gallo for the Rangers. So, of course, MLB is happy with that percentage, and they're basically saying, hey, if we can stay in that 1% range of positives, we're okay with that. Here come the Twins, numbered to 2020. It is Rich Hill. There's a hollow foil for the Braves with Adam Duvall. This is one of the decade's best teams. That says Milwaukee Braves, and of course the former Milwaukee Braves are the current Atlanta Braves. There's Clevenger and then a Bryce Harper for the Phillies. Oh, the Legends are on the list of ones that are going to get cut. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not surprised. We feed the Royals, which is a small market team. We're a small market to begin with for, their purposes, for baseball's purposes. So a small market team, single A, feeding another small market major league team. I'm not surprised the Legends is on that list of potential minor league teams that gets cut. So I can't say that that's a shocker. For the Dodgers, that is numbered to 2020, and it is Edwin Rios. Although I guess it does mean I should read my local news more, doesn't it? That I didn't know that they were on the list. The Mariners and Tom Murphy. There's a Jim Rice for the Red Sox. Joey Gallo again, the Rangers, and Juan Soto for the Nationals. But yeah, I mean, it's always sad to see sports teams go by the wayside and all that, but, we'll see. Scott, you said rumor is they might let 8,000 in each game for the Cubs, but the Cubs have 25,000 season ticket holders. I mean, they're going to have to do a lottery, basically, I guess. Any of these places that try to do that, although I thought all baseball was going to be without fans, but I guess not. It sounds like not, anyway. Our manufactured relic, Garrett Cole for the New York Yankees. This, you can see some definite chipping on all four corners, more so on the lower left than the others, but definitely a little chipping and wear on the edges of that one. Numbered to 2020, it is Tapia for the Colorado Rockies. Hollow foil, Padres. Comes Roberto Clemente and the Pirates. The Mariners and Randy Johnson. And on the backside, Mookie Betts, Dodgers. Yeah, I mean, I would be ticked if I were a season ticket holder and they let some people in and I wasn't amongst those people. I mean, honestly, even if they did it with a straight lottery or something that was obviously very fair, I would still be unhappy about it. I would accept it as long as it was done fairly and, in a transparent and fair manner, but I wouldn't be happy about it, that's for sure. There's Billy McKinney and the Blue Jays, followed by a Warren Spahn, that again, Milwaukee Braves of the past, Atlanta Braves of today. Rod Carew as a Minnesota Twin on that particular card, and Mr. Yelich for the Brewers. Alrighty, let's roll on down here to... I think that's going to be our first one, but as always, we'll check it out by looking at the back of the one immediately preceding it. Home Run Derby, Freddie Freeman and the Atlanta Braves. Numbered to 2020, this one is the Diamondbacks and Kevin Cron. There's a White Sox hollow foil, and that is Danny Mendick. Greinke for the Astros, and also for the Astros is Carlos Correa, and then we've got a little Mike Trout for the Angels on the back. Which, he's not committed yet to playing for the season, by the way. Because, I mean, isn't his wife pregnant? I think she is. But there's some reason that he's considering not playing this year, and I think that's it. I think it is that his wife is pregnant. So he would obviously wouldn't be there for the birth, and if they're in this little bubble, like, what would that mean? And then also, what would it mean if he accidentally caught it from somebody? It might mean he wouldn't be able to potentially be there for the birth or something like that. So I don't think he's definitely said one way or the other, or definitively said one way or the other what he's going to do, but I think he's at least considering that he might not be playing. Scott says for sure the rooftops across the street will be open, but not sure about the stadium. Yeah, those rooftops, man, they'll be packed, won't they? Well, provided that you can pack them. You never know what kind of local stuff will go on and how much they'll regulate or not. A black border relic, that is Sano for the Twins, and you can see it is numbered there on the front to 199. We've also got a little bit of chipping on the back. Lower corner there in particular is noticeable chipping for the Sano and the Twins. Numbered to 2020, it's John Means and the Baltimore Orioles. I think we've established that these hollow foils that look like this are not numbered, so we don't necessarily have to flip them all. It's Billy McKinney for the Blue Jays, ditto for these. That's Bruce Sutter and the Cardinals, although I flipped it anyway out of habit. Garrett Cole for the Yankees, and Gavin Lux for the Dodgers. That's another one that's not going to be numbered, no matter how many times we flip it. Jay Allen says Rangers, Phillies, A's, Tigers, Rockies, Indians, and Orioles. He needs some magic to happen for his teams tonight. So we're going to see if we can get the mojo to kick into gear for you, my friend. I'm trying my best to call it forth and see what it will bring us. Right now, we have got something coming for the Rockies, and that is Daza. And it is a little short print out for the Colorado Rockies. And there's a hollow foil for the Nationals. We've got the War here, the Atlanta Braves, Marte and the Diamondbacks, and another Robert for the White Sox. Scott, you said you're not upset about it because oh, well, true. That is true. With it being an economic downturn, having the refund is probably beneficial, yeah, to most people. That's an excellent point. I hadn't even thought about that part of it, but yeah, those season tickets are not cheap, so that would be a nice little bonus to get that back. For the Mariners, numbered to 299, we have got a black border Edgar Martinez. Numbered to 2020, well, look at that. It's the Mariners again. What are the odds? The White Sox and Dallas Keuchel. The Dodgers. That was a team card, literally just the Dodgers. The Braves and Austin Riley. And there's another Tatis from our sparkly insert set. Yeah, and you've got another valid point there too. Maybe when playoffs happen, maybe by then they would let some fans in for the playoffs or something. That could happen. It's just hard to imagine what way it's going to go right now because so many places are having upturns again. You know, some places holding steady, some places really seeing an increase. Not too many people seeing a decrease right now, so that's never a good sign. Kendricks, Nationals. Hollow foil for the Mets. There's Trout and the Angels. Contreras for the Cubbies. And Lindor, Indians. Ooh, our autograph is going to be a really good one. Yeah, it's going to be one of the really nice ones. Yeah, it is. Because it happens to be a relic and an autograph, and it's the Cardinals and Yadi Molina, and these don't come out very often. This is the Reverence one, and these are much harder to hit than the regular autographs, and they're good-looking cards, right? Yeah, I really like that. And it is numbered to, I believe that says 5 down there. You can see it kind of right below his belt. And that is Yadier Molina for the St. Louis Cardinals. Is that hard signed? Yep, I don't feel a sticker there. So how about that, Cardinals? We'll probably encase that. In fact, maybe let's just do that now as opposed to waiting. Let's just go ahead and encase it now. like the Reverence. I know sometimes they don't bring a ton of money on resale. Some do, some don't. And I've never really understood why. I've always liked Reverence in here, and they are hard to hit, and they're nice looking cards pretty much every year. They're low numbered. It's just super weird that they're not. Actually, I might need a smaller size for that. Sorry, give me a second. Part 2. I think I need a smaller size top loader, or what am I trying to say? Case than the one that I currently have there. Obviously, we don't want it rolling around in there, so we are going to take a look and see if that lines up better. Well, it's kind of in between the two, so let's see how this fits. That'll maybe be our... Yeah, I think it's going to have to go back to the first one, so I was right the first time, wrong the second time. Isn't that always the way? Right half the time and wrong half the time. Thank you for your patience. If you are the Cardinals team owner, though, you probably don't mind waiting. Your Bales is like, come on, figure it out. It really probably needed a 120, but I'm out of 120s, and my distributor was out of 120s. And so my choice was 100 or 130. What are you going to do? The Detroit Tigers, and that is numbered to 99. The low, low number of 99. Next up, it is a hollow foil for the Phillies. With Robertson, there's the Red Sox. And we've got the Twins with Miguel Sano, followed by Alex Bregman and the Astros. Yeah, I really don't know why those Reverence autographs don't go for more. I mean, certain players, of course, obviously are always going to sell for more than other players. But just in general, I think they're really nice cards. So I'm gonna case it, no matter if anybody else would or not. Mookie Betts, and that is our promo card, the Home Run Derby Challenge. That one goes to the Dodgers. We've got Jackie Robinson, Dodgers, numbered to 2020. It is Plesac for the Indians. The Orioles with a team hollow foil. Then you've got the Philadelphia Phillies with a team card. There is the A's with Simeon and Belly, Dodgers. All right. So yeah, I think maybe we won't flip all the ones that we know aren't numbered, because honestly, we probably don't have to look at the backs of all those, do we? Evan Longoria and the Giants, manufactured relic. And not numbered. Yeah, not numbered. But out for the Giants. This is numbered, so we will definitely flip it, because it is for the Milwaukee Brewers and numbered to 2020 hollow foil Rangers. And we've got Pedro Martinez there for the Red Sox. There's a White Sox Tim Anderson and a Pete Alonso for the Mets. We hit a beautiful Pete Alonso 1/1 out of Finest. Oh, I'm a little bit in love with that card. It's so pretty. You probably shouldn't call a card pretty, right? It was so handsome. It was a handsome card. Anyway, I liked it. It was a nice, nice hit for Alonso that came out of Finest last night. Was it last night? Was it the night before last we did Finest? I can't even remember. The White Sox, Dallas Keuchel, again with a hollow foil. Rod Carew, and we'll have to flip him just so you can see that it's the Twins, just to verify that, of course, since he played for more than one team. Martinez and the Mariners. You can tell that's Mariners by the uniform. And Vlad Guerrero Jr., Toronto. All right, let's get down here and get to it. Where are we? There we are. It is kind of more convenient that they're at the end of the pack, but it did freak me out in the first case because I'm so accustomed to it being in the middle, and I went to the middle and I'm like, there's no hits. And of course I hadn't gone on to the end, so I went back and got the first half of the stack and looked through it again thinking, did I somehow miss the middle? Did they leave it out? And we kept going. I was like, oh, they moved it to the end. Soto and the Nationals. There's a Miami Marlins, a Lopez hollow foil. There's another Mike Trout, player of the decade for the Angels. Shane Bieber for the Indians, and Arenado Rockies. Every time I say I'm not going to flip them, and then out of habit I flip them, don't I? I know. Total habit, though. And those, as we all know, hard to break. Okay. A Topps Now card sits on the top, and it happens to bring us two different teams, players from two different teams on it. So we've got the Astros and the Mets. It's going to sit up there in housekeeping. We'll find it a new home at the end of the night. Texas Rangers, hollow foil. There's Vlad Guerrero Jr., Blue Jays, Ken Griffey Jr., for the Mariners, and Acuna for the Braves. I saw a picture of him today from spring training, and his hair is really grown out. Like, he's grown it out so long. I almost didn't recognize him. Actually, I almost didn't recognize one of my neighbors last week. I saw one of my neighbors for the first time in a long time. I guess really since all the quarantine stuff had happened. I hadn't seen him outside anywhere. And I saw him the other day because another one of our neighbors passed away. And so several of us were outside socially distancing, but discussing that. And he came out, and if I hadn't seen him walk out of the house to know which house he came out of, it probably would have taken me a minute. He looked so completely different because he had grown a full beard, and he didn't before have any facial hair. And I had to like do a double take for a minute. I was like, Matt? He goes, I just didn't want to shave anymore. I've been in the house all this time, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'm just letting my face go wild. It was crazy. So I guess everybody's let their hair grow out, their beards grow out, etc. Do see some chipping and things, corners and edges here. Bryce Harper for the Philadelphia Phillies. That is game used or worn relic. Blue border, of course not numbered, but again, not frequent. Boston Red Sox and Roger Clemens. Number 2, 2020, we have got the Cubbies and Tyler Chatwood. A hollow foil for the Diamondbacks. And there's Goose for the Yankees. Kirsch for the Dodgers. And Harper Phillies. Yeah, my mom cut her own hair one day. Of course, our stuff is open back up now, but at the time, none of the salons were open, and her hair had gotten long, and she just cut her own hair, like even in the back. And she goes, I couldn't even see it. I just picked it up and started cutting parts of it. I was like, oh my goodness. Josh Donaldson and the Minnesota Twins. That is our manufactured relic. Really didn't turn out it turned out good. It wasn't, I was starting to say it didn't turn out badly, but it really turned out really well. I couldn't believe she did it, though. Victor Reyes /99 for the Tigers. No, I would never try to cut my own hair, especially the back. Whew. Inciarte and the Braves, hollow foil for the Nationals. With Gomes, then we've got Randy Johnson, D-backs, my man Johnny Bench, Cincinnati Reds, and the Dodgers and Mookie Betts. Yeah, as long as Acuna's hair was, I bet he's been growing it out even way longer than just COVID, because it was pretty long. course, I guess we have been doing this for several months now, so maybe it has only been since then. Dodgers, the Mets, the White Sox, and Mr. Robert, and Aaron Judge for the Yankees. And here we go with another Topps Now. Juan Soto and the Nationals. A hollow foil Colorado Rockies and Trevor Story. Player of the Decade Trout and the Angels. The Yankees and Giancarlo and Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. My idiot neighbors, not the nice neighbor I was talking about earlier, different neighbors, set off, they've been setting off fireworks every day for the last month. Or many of you know it because I talk about it almost every night because it drives me crazy. Because they've been doing it for so long. Even though I like fireworks, a month is a really long time. So last night, they started doing them again, like they did some earlier. They started doing them again in the middle of the night. And from 1:30 to 2:30 a.m., they would about every 10 minutes set off fireworks. That is number to 2020 for the Angels. I was so mad. Steven Strasburg and the Nationals. There's one for the Brewers, and there's another for the Nats with the Juan Soto insert. Oh, I didn't even see what the original message was. I just looked over there and I saw Scott said, whoops, hit the wrong button. I see there was a retracted message. So, yeah. So you're just basically telling me whatever message you retracted, you didn't mean to post it and we're all good? You didn't have a question or anything? Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners. Oh, now a question popped in. All right, hang on. Blue Jays and Alomar and Yelich for the Brewers. You want to know when we're doing another case of Series 2? You know what? That's a good question. I've got so much baseball here right now. And what are we scheduled through Wednesday of next week? And I already know what I'll have to put on Thursday. Because there is a Wednesday new release that I did not schedule for Wednesday. Because it did not ship out yet. And with the holiday, I was afraid it would be delayed. I was afraid to schedule it for release night. And there are new releases for Friday, so I know it can't be Wednesday or Friday. Probably not Thursday. I don't know. It may be like a week or so, which is bad because I've got a lot of this, but I got a lot of everything else too. I don't have enough hours in the day. We may have to start breaking some on the weekends again, selectively here and there. The Dodgers and Mookie Betts, that was our Home Run Derby Challenge. And I think the last one was Mookie Betts too, wasn't it? We'll recap them at the end of the night, but I think it was. The Cardinals, number to 2020, Carlos Martinez, a hollow foil for the Mariners with Jake Fraley. It's one for the Minnesota Twins. Here comes one for the Yankees. And then we've got Mike Trout and the Angels. Yeah, Jay Allen, yeah, it was like from 1:30 to 2:30 in the morning. And the thing is, they wouldn't do them straight through. It would have been much better. I mean, nobody wants it at 1:30 in the morning. But if you're going to do it at 1:30 in the morning, then just sit there and do them all and wake us up and let us be awake for 20 minutes or whatever and then be done with it. But instead, they would set some off, and then like 10 minutes later, they would set off some more, and then, just enough time basically for you to start to fall back to sleep, start to doze off, and then they'd set them off again. And that went on until it was actually a little after 2:30 in the morning when they finally stopped. This is Blake Snell, Tampa Bay Rays. It is a sticker auto, but a nice one nonetheless, coming out for Tampa Bay with Blake Snell. And then we've got the Padres. This is one of our Memorial Day inserts, or Armed Forces Day, whatever we want to call it. Anyway, it's numbered to 2020 as well. But I'm talking about the uniform he had on, the camo uniform. There's a hollow foil for the Cardinals. Here's one for the Toronto Blue Jays, and insert next out for the Red Sox. And finally, Javi Baez and the Cubbies. Oh gosh, yours started in May, Scott. Mine just started at the 1st of June. And yeah, they're illegal here too. I mean, you can have like sparklers and that sort of stuff, but you're not supposed to have anything that goes up in the air. Of course, everybody gets them because it is legal in the states that surround us. So you can just ride up to Tennessee or down to, or down to Tennessee, up to Ohio, over to Indiana, any of those places you can get it, just not us. The Indians with a hollow foil. And listen, I love fireworks. I have no problem with them doing them, just not every single night and not at 1:30 in the morning. That's the Mets and DeGrom. The Indians and Carlos Santana and Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. In fact, before they built some, we back up to a park, but there was a vacant lot like in between our backyard and the park, which had formerly been like a clubhouse or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, it was a vacant lot. And they decided to put a townhouse there, except guess what? They didn't just put one. They put 4 on this space where really should have been like one. Like one house. But they put these 4, or maybe they're 5. I don't know. There's a lot of townhouses between us, our backyard, and the park in this vacant lot. But before they did that, we actually used to set off fireworks. I mean, we'd go get them, but we only did them on the 4th of July. It says Marcus Semien, and it is a short print for the Oakland A's. But that vacant lot is where we set them off. So once they built those townhouses, we stopped doing it. Wade Miley and the Reds, hollow foil. Glavine, Braves. Flaherty, Cardinals. Chris Bryant, Cubbies. Yeah, I mean, there were years where we probably spent, I don't know, I'd say $300 or $400. We'd get enough to do like 30 or 40 minutes worth of fireworks that we would do on the 4th of July and have people over, and it was, the neighbors would come out, and it was fun. We enjoyed that. But again, we just did it the one night. I didn't show you the empty inside. Yes, Jay Allen, there is a noise ordinance that would apply to that. There's also a fireworks ordinance. There's all kinds of ordinances that apply to it. But, I mean, it comes down to, are you going to call the cops on your neighbor or not? And, my choice was not. Now, if they had every single night been doing it at 1:30 to 2:30 in the morning, well, for sure. But we're going to hope that they don't keep doing that. Numbered to 199, black border, relic, game used, Aaron Judge, Yankees. A little bit of chipping kind of under the A in AL there, maybe slightly to the left of it. Not drastically so, but a little bit. Yankees to 2020, Adam Ottavino. Mets, or Twins rather, with the hollow foil. I don't know why I said Mets. A's. And the Red Sox and the Phillies. All right, Jay Allen, you're off to catch some Z's. Well, we'll keep working the mojo for you, man. Try to find you something good in here tonight. We'll do our best anyway. But get some rest so you can have a fun 4th of July tomorrow and not be tired. Verlander, Astros, hollow foil, the Twins. You've got Bellinger for the Dodgers, the A's coming out there with a Matt Olson and another Shohei Ohtani. Got our manufactured relic coming up next. It's the Texas Rangers. and Elvis Andrus. I know I don't say that right. It's supposed to sound more like Andrews, but not exactly Andrews, and I always get it wrong. But anyway, you get the idea. Josh Hader, and that is numbered to 10. I like that. For the Brewers, we get the little significant statistics to 10 with your reliever, Josh Hader. To 2024, the Cubbies, that would be the one and only Chris Bryant, a hollow foil for the Marlins with Birdie. Hollow foil for the Cardinals, Carlos Martinez. The Oakland A's, and the Nationals, and the Dodgers. Oops. Let's see. What else have we got? There. I thought there for a minute. Well, I don't know what I thought. I thought I'd passed something, but I haven't, because there's like the rest of our stacks back there, and I'm used to seeing them right here, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, where's such and such? Yeah. Ooh, long week. Robert and the White Sox, that's in a, I think we will just go on and sleeve that. That's in a Topps Now insert for Robert. Mike Trout and the Angels, the Mariners, and Kyle Lewis, and Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Scott, I haven't seen one of the event tickets pulled. That's not to say it hasn't been, but I'm not aware of it if it has been. There are 25 of those in total across the whole Series 2 release. There were also 25 of them in the Series 1 release, and one would assume they'll probably have 25 maybe again in update. I mean, that's how I would guess that it will work. That update will have some. I don't know that, but I would think. A Darryl Strawberry for the Mets. How about that for a little SP? And it's an unusual image because you get to see from a different angle. I actually really like that card. The image on it kind of sells it for me. That's nice. It's nicely done for the Mets and Darryl Strawberry. Alrighty, then we've got Bryce Harper and the Phillies. And the Phillies in Realmuto. And Yelich for the Brewers. Oh, Jay Allen, you saw a couple for sale on eBay. Did you happen to notice by any chance, like, what the going rate was? Like, what kind of price were they bringing? I'm just curious to know, because I would think it would be really high. Even though we don't know all the details yet. All Topps says is, like, it's an event that people will talk about for decades, and they haven't really released, well, of course it's called Celebration of Decades, but they haven't really released much in the way of details. But yeah, I would just think it would go high. Joe Morgan and the Reds, Alonso and the Mets, the Nats, and Juan Soto. I would love to pull one. Because I just, yeah, I mean, only 25 of them, that's pretty exclusive. And you know it's going to be some kind of awesome event. I would really, really like to pull one. But we will see how it goes, I guess. Juan Soto and the Nationals, the Home Run Derby Challenge. Yeah, I don't know. My guess is the event wouldn't take place until next year anyway. If I'm right about the fact that they will put tickets in update, I would think that that would mean the event would probably be in the off season, you know, the winter or the early part of next year. Still winter, but like winter, you know, January, February type winter. Number to 2020, that's the Orioles. So they might have to postpone it, or who knows, by then maybe we'll be back to normal and or some semblance of, and they could do it. The Phillies and a hollow foil. Pujols for the Cardinals on that one. Levine and the Atlanta Braves, and Mr. Trout for the Angels. Wow. Jay Allen, they were asking $5,000 for it. That is something. And it was out of Series 1 that you saw them on there. Yeah, I mean, I knew they would go for a lot. I didn't really know they'd be as high as $5,000, but, I mean, makes sense. There's not going to be very many of them, so if you want it, you're going to have to pay for it, that's for sure. We have a Lewis Thorpe autograph, and that is the Minnesota Twins. It is on the Baseball Stars card set. It is a sticker autograph, as many of them are in this product. For the Texas Rangers, you've got Danny Santana to 2020. There's a hollow foil for the Astros. And there's Felix Hernandez, King Felix for the Mariners. There's the Mets and Darryl Strawberry. And Javi Baez for the Cubs. Oh, yeah, if it were a New Year's Eve event, that would be fun. But I'm guessing they'll have a lot of players, past and present, involved in it, one would think, if they're going to call it Celebration of Decades. So it might be harder to get those guys to say, yeah, I'll show up on New Year's Eve. They're probably like, no. No, we're hanging out with our friends and our family. But again, that's just me guessing. I have no idea, really. Just speculating. Randy Johnson and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And that is a short print as well. Hollow foil, Tampa Bay Rays. And we've got a Bob Gibson there for the Cardinals. Ooh, there's a... I got him. Sorry, hang on. You might have seen that mosquito that just landed on my hand. That mosquito has been flying around in here all night long, and I had not been able to get him until just then. And I just now got him. But to that end, hang on a second. I need to go wipe off my hand. I don't want to have mosquito guts when I'm touching the cards. Okay, that's a little better. Now I don't have to listen to that stupid thing. You know, because they get right around your head and you can hear that their little buzzing, like their wings flapping. That little bzzz, oh, it makes me crazy. Bellinger and the Dodgers and Bo Bichette and the Blue Jays. But he picked the wrong time to stop on my hand tonight, son, because I got him now. He is no more. Those stupid mosquitoes, they're so terrible already this year. You can open the door for anything. Like I opened the door to hand stuff out to the post office or UPS and in comes a mosquito. You know, you open the door to carry in groceries and here comes another mosquito. It's like they're just everywhere. Hollow foil, Andujar, Yankees. A Nolan Ryan for the Angels. The A's and Jose Canseco and Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Okay, so we are getting ready to go into our last box, which gives us a little last box mojo coming up, we hope. We always hope to find some awesome hits. This box is very beat up. And I mean, you see this here on the lid, it's all smashed in. It's kind of smashed in there. It's actually smashed in all the way around on the front. Hopefully our cards inside are going to be okay, but it always makes me nervous when the box is smashed up. And you wonder why, right? Because the rest of the boxes in the case weren't smashed, and the box itself wasn't smashed, but this one little box here is smashed. So, weird. Okay. We are starting out with one of our hits out of the very first pack. It's for the Yankees. It is our game-used relic, game-worn relic in this case, and it's Gleyber Torres for the New York Yankees. And then we have numbered to 2020, one for the Kansas City Royals. The Cubbies have a hollow foil. Darvish, Willie McCovey, for the Giants. I don't think I said Giants, did I? Kind of, my mind wandered for a minute. It's Mark McGwire and the Oakland A's, Gavin Lux, and the Dodgers. Well, where are we starting in this one? We're starting way far back in that pack. Not as many inserts in that one as there are in some. Joe Morgan, Cincinnati Reds, the White Sox, and Jose Abreu. And there's a Robert for the White Sox. Oh, Jay Allen just looked on eBay. The tickets sold with no idea how much. Okay. Well, I might have to bookmark that, put that in my save searches or something, because I would be interested to know how many of them turn up and what they sell for, and how many of them are still floating around somewhere. The Oakland A's, because you knew we weren't going to do a break with no A's hits, right? This is Marcus Semien, and it is our manufactured relic. So our hits are coming out early here out of the last box. The Angels, numbered to 2020, a hollow foil for the Astros. Cleveland Indians, Jose Altuve and the Astros, and Pete Alonso for the Mets. Okay. We have here, we have got Graterol for the Dodgers. And that is another little short print there, and also happens to be a rookie. I always particularly like when we get the rookies as SPs. There's the Padres with a hollow foil, Mr. Ty Cobb, and the Detroit Tigers, Trey Turner for the Nationals, and another Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays. Garrett Cole and the Yankees. I think we've already seen this particular Topps Now once tonight, but there it is again. And there is Real Muto for the Phillies. We might have seen that one. I'm not certain. Javi Baez and the Cubbies. And we've definitely seen that one. Francisco Lindor, Cleveland Indians. Whoops. There is a Freddie Freeman Home Run Derby Challenge. Atlanta Braves. And then you have Rendon for the Angels, a black border for the Astros. That's kind of nice. Lance McCullers Jr. It is numbered to 69 for Houston with our black border hit there. And then we have the Mariners and Justin Dunn, Carlton Fisk for the Red Sox, Mike Trout, the Angels, and Bellinger for the Dodgers. All right, hollow foil. Whoops, hang on. That was numbered. See, that's why we always look at the, make sure that I started or stopped in the right place, don't we? That's exactly why. Because this is numbered to 300 for the Colorado Rockies. It's actually the start of our inserts. And it is the Advanced Statistics card, Brendan Rodgers. At least I think that's what it's technically called. The Braves with a hollow foil. Then you have the Dodgers, also a hollow foil. And another hollow foil, this one for the Tigers, 3 in a row. Mike Trout, the Angels, the Mets, and Marcus Stroman, and an Arenado for the Rockies. Okie dokie. The Rockies again, numbered to 2020. Nunez. Kansas City Royals, hollow foil with Franco. The Twins have a hollow foil with whatever. Adriazana, that's not right. The Red Sox and Goldie for the Cardinals. Tatis, the Padres. And I see our last hit is upon us. And boy, is it a doozy. Oh, look at that. It is the Red Sox and Jim Rice. And that is hard signed on-card autograph and numbered to 50. So you know what's going to happen. You know I'm going to put it in a case too, because I don't know why. I've been encasing a lot of stuff lately, haven't I? Okay. Let's get Jim Rice in one too. Just because I want to. I think that's a nice hit to 50. I happen to like Jim Rice, and I think it's a nice hit, and I'm going to encase it just because I am. So it's a gift to the Red Sox with the little case. Number to 50, Jim Rice. On-card autograph. Nice hit, in my opinion. Behind that, the Rangers have a black border, Joey Gallo. And it is numbered accordingly, right there on the back, to 299. To 2020, it's the Arizona Diamondbacks. A hollow foil for the A's, a hollow foil for the Braves. Yes, Red Sox. DeGrom, Mets, and Bregman for the Astros. Got one little pack left to look at. Now, we do still have all of our silver packs and all that to look at, too. So, we do still have some other stuff to look at. Just, this is the last pack of regular cards we have to look at. We still got to open all of our other fun stuff up there. And it's a Trout for the Angels and a Trout for the Angels, the Braves, and Freddie Freeman, and Acuna for the Braves. All right, now, here's what's going to happen next. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. We've got this one card here who's got two different teams on it. It's got Yordan Alvarez and Pete Alonso on it. So, of course, half of that is the Astros. The other half of that card is the Mets. So what we will do is go first to our checklist, and we'll see if maybe the same person happens to own both teams. And if they do, then great. We don't have to do anything else. But if we have two different team owners, which might be the case, then we're going to use random.org to award that card. And if it comes down to that, here's how it will work. When I do random, if I have 10 or more items in a list, I do random just one single time. Wherever it lands, and that's who gets it. When we have 9 or fewer items in a list, as would be the case here, then I do random 3 different times, and only the third one counts. The first 2 do not count. Additionally, we will list it in the order it appears on the card. This card is oriented left to right, with Alvarez appearing first, so Astros would be typed in first. The Mets will be typed in second. So that's how this is going to work. So first things first, let's go back to our spreadsheet and see if we have the same or different team owners, okay? So the Houston Astros, that is Big Fish Yukon. And then we come down here to our Mets, and that's Justin V83. So definitely we have 2 different team owners there, which means that random.org is going to have to decide this one for us. Oh, shoot. What did I just do there? I have no idea what I just did there. Good grief. Oh, what did I do? Oh my gosh. Okay. What is happening right now? Astros enter Mets on the second line. Good grief. That's what happens when fireworks keep me up all night. All right. Third random. Decide. So ignore the first one. You ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. There it says 3 times. It gives us our date and time stamp. Tells us it's going to the Astros, the Yordan Alvarez spot on the card, going to the Astros. In fact, let's just go ahead and take care of that right now so that I do not have to go back later and watch the video to know where it goes. Make sorting faster, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's out of the way. We'll lay it up there still and we can let it dry. We'll look first at our Chrome Decades Best cards. There are going to be 2 in each one of our bonus packs here. I'm just going to go ahead and get all of those out, and then we'll look at them first, and then we'll look at our quote-unquote silver packs. After that, of course, we're going to recap. You can see I've got a few different recap piles set up there. Just going to hit the highlights on the things that people tend to ask about the most. So there is a Corey Kluber for the Indians. Here's Zito for the A's, the Astros team card. There's a Raleigh Fingers. I was just making sure that wasn't signed or anything, and it's not. It's just the Brewers colors, I guess. Or actually, maybe not, just colors they're using. Minnesota Twins. There's a Reggie Jackson for the A's. The Indians, there's a Randy Johnson for the Diamondbacks, Wilhelm for the White Sox. The Red Sox have a team card, the Indians have a team card, and King Felix for the Mariners. That wraps up our Decades cards here, our Chrome ones. And technically, I mean, I know none of those are numbered, but then I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I just need to demonstrate that they are not numbered. I probably should have just done that up front, but I knew they weren't numbered, but then I thought, well, maybe you don't know if they are or not. These are a little easier to tell. When they are numbered, they will be a different color, right? Yeah. They won't have that white border. They will have a different color border if any of these are numbered. I think in our last case we had maybe 1 out of our chromes, out of the silver packs that was numbered, and that was it. Sometimes you get more than others out of these. You never really know what you're going to get. Well, what I do know is that we're going to have an autograph hit because I just saw it. We didn't get an autograph out of the last case either, but we're going to have one this time. All right, we've got A's, White Sox, Braves, Nationals, and then there'll be one of those advertising cards on the back of each pack as well. We've got Marlins, Astros, Cubs, Mariners, Cardinals, Nationals, Blue Jays, and the Rays. And yes, I moved the autograph down to the end so we could wait on it. You probably saw it, though, already. Reds, Astros, Yankees. Ooh, we have a black border Yankee, so this will be numbered to something or another. And this is Tanaka for the Yankees, and it is numbered to 199. So at least we got something numbered so far. Diamondbacks, Royals, Padres, Rangers. Padres, Rangers again. Reds and Giants. Astros, Yankees, Diamondbacks, Royals. Pirates, Yankees, Rockies, Braves. Mets, White Sox, Oriole, Ray. Cardinal, A's, and Marlins. Okie dokie. Here they are. I was like, where did I lost them in my other stacks of stuff. I'm like, where'd they go? Here is another black border. This one is going to the Tampa Bay Rays. It is Brandon Lowe, and of course also numbered to 199. Then Astros, Cubs, Mariners, Reds. Here's our autograph. Imagine that, the Oakland A's. I know it's shocking to you that we would have an Oakland A's autograph out of a product this year. That is Sheldon Neuse for the A's with an autograph hit out of our silver packs. Then you've got Cubs, Astros, and the A's. And there you have it. So that is the break for tonight. If you stick around, we're going to do a recap of this. We'll put up shipping information, anticipated shipping date again, and then what's coming up in the days ahead. All of that is coming like right now. So these are our Home Run Derby Challenge cards. I generally try to set them aside. We've got Braves, Nationals, Dodgers, Braves, and Nationals. So pretty much it's just 2 of each. It's 2 Mookie Betts, it's 2 Juan Sotos, and it was 2 Freddie Freemans. So yeah, not a lot of variety in the old Home Run Derby Challenge tonight. These cards are all numbered on the back to 2020. Diamondbacks, the Rockies, Angels, Royals, Rangers, Orioles, Cubs, Yankees, Padre, Cardinal, Angel, Cub, Brewer, Indian, Mariner, Oriole, Diamondback, Rocky, Dodger, Twin, Philly, Cub, Red Sox. So those are the cards that were numbered to 2020. Now let's take a look at our cards that are numbered to something else that don't have autographs or relics attached. So we had a couple that came out of silver packs. That's black border to 199 for the Rays, black border for the Yankees to 199, both out of silver packs. A couple of blue borders. They aren't numbered, but I recap them because they aren't super common. So that was the Astros and Nolan Ryan, the Rangers and Joey Gallo. This is numbered and low numbered to 10. It is Josh Hader coming out for the Brewers. The Colorado Rockies numbered to 300, and then you've got the Tigers numbered to 99. There's another little blue border hiding in there. Clemens for the Red Sox. And you've got the Tigers to 99 and the New York Mets to 300. A black border Martinez for the Mariners to 299. Black border for the Astros. That one is numbered to 69 with McCullers. The Rangers and Joey Gallo, it is a black border to 299. And then we've got a black border numbered to 69 for d'Arnaud and the Braves. And I always have to think about that because he's another guy that, you know, was traded, and I always want to call them the other teams because you say it so many times. Okay, there's Graterol out for the Dodgers. These are our short prints. Randy Johnson for the Diamondbacks, the Mets, and Darryl Strawberry. Simeon and the A's, the Colorado Rockies and Daza, the Twins and Dobnik, and a little Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays. That is our group of short prints from this break. This is laying up here just because it had 2 different teams on it. We used random.org to award it. It went to the Astros. Now, our relics manufactured for the A's. That is Simeon. Game worn Yankees, Torres. Manufactured for the Rangers with Andrus. There is a game used Aaron Judge, black border, 199, Yankees. Manufactured Twins and Donaldson. A game worn Phillies, Bryce Harper. Manufactured for the Giants, it's Evan Longoria. Game worn black border numbered on the front, this one is, to 199, Sano and the Twins. Manufactured Garrett Cole for the New York Yankees. A game-worn Carlos Santana, the Indians. A game-worn Chris Paddock for the Padres. And a manufactured Max Muncy for the Dodgers. Now our autographs. We have Sheldon Neuse here for the A's. This came out of one of our silver packs, and it is numbered to 199. Then we've got baseball stars. This is Lewis Thorpe and the Twins. Here's Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays. You've got Jalen Davis here for the Giants. The Cardinals with Andrew Kisner. That's also a black border and numbered to 199. I decided to encase a couple tonight just because I like the cards a lot. This is Jim Rice. I think that's a nice hit for the Red Sox with the Jim Rice numbered 250, and that is an on-card, hard-signed autograph, as was the Kisner, by the way, for the Cardinals. And then we have this, which I also like, because these don't come out that much. They're Reverence. It's numbered to 5. It's Yadi Molina, and it is the St. Louis Cardinals. So, yeah, there you go. So not too bad tonight overall with our case of Series 2. Let's go ahead and get the shipping information put back up there again if you want to know when you can expect it to ship. And then we'll also take a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. If you give me a hot second, we'll get that back up there. So, of course, tomorrow being the 4th of July means we have no mail service. Nothing is being picked up. Nothing is being delivered. As such, everything is kind of pushed back by a day with the holiday factoring in. So I'm anticipating what we open tonight to be out the door and on the way approximately Wednesday. As always, if the week goes well, it might get out a day sooner. If something happens and the week goes off the rails, it could possibly go a day later. But Wednesday is my best estimate at this point. And, of course, every team hit cards, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards in this break. And by now, everybody knows that Veteran Base was a separate bidding category, and, of course, that doesn't ship to the teams, but all the fun stuff that we looked at individually does ship to the teams, and so do all the rookie cards that have the RC on them. Here's what it looks like in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, Saturday and Sunday, both off nights. Monday night, though, we're going to make up for it on Monday. We are going to open a 5-box case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. Those will be Series 2, by the way, which just released today. We will also open a 10-box case of TriStar autographed mini football helmets, a 12-box case of Flash football, and a 12-box case of Valiant baseball. On Tuesday, we're going to open a 3-box case of TriStar autographed full-size football helmets, and then we're going to open 8 loose boxes of Prism Quick Pitch baseball, because that's how it was sent to me, 8 loose boxes. I have no idea how I only got 8, but that's what they tell me. Then on Wednesday, we're going to open more Legacy football. It will be another 12-box inner case of that. Once again, on that break, Veteran Base does not ship to the teams. It is a separate bidding category. And that has got me wrapped up in that regard. Let me see if I've missed anything here that I need to address in chat before I roll out of here. Jay Allen says he's glad he bought Oakland. I know, right? Because they've been hitting like crazy all year. So it's good when you have Oakland, you get a few little extra hits usually. And Scott, thank you for joining. I'm so glad to see you again, my friend. And we didn't have a lot of luck for your Marlins tonight, but we'll try to do better the next time. And Diamond Sports says, were there any short prints in the last case? For sure, there are short prints in every case. Yeah. So anytime you're opening Series 1, Series 2, or Update, you are going to find short prints in jumbo cases, like always. Unless, well, there was one year where they put them in the hobby cases and forgot to put them in the jumbo cases. But that has only happened once, to my knowledge, ever. Generally speaking, yeah, every case will have short prints. So, all right, I guess that has got me finished up until Monday. So, everyone have a great holiday weekend. Have a lot of fun. Stay safe and healthy and happy. And enjoy your holiday. And I will see you again on Monday night. So, until next time.